This is Brian, and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. We're almost done with the Cabinet of the Stolen Faith here. All I gotta do is go to the Chamber of the Faith. Let's get that done. Yeah, looks a little different.
I am the Blade of Vengeance. They dare only whisper my name. Yojimbo. Summoner, I ask you, what do you want of me?
To train as a summoner, to gain the power to destroy fiends, to defeat the most powerful of enemies. I don't think it matters what you say here. Let's go for powerful enemies.
If you desire my strength, you must pay my price. Make your offer.
Yeah. This guy's gonna make you pay. He's asking for 250,000. I can afford that. But you can also haggle him down a little bit. I believe if you go for somewhat over half of what he's asking, he'll give you a counter offer.
Do we have a deal?
Okay, so he came down to 226. I don't want to be too greedy here, but I know you can do this a couple of times at least.
Do we have a deal?
I think I'll go ahead and give him what he's asking for now. Not a penny more.
Adequate. You are my client henceforth. My sword shall guard you on your journey, Summoner.
Alright, we got Yojimbo. Another optional Aeon. You could argue that he is potentially the strongest Aeon overall because he has a different mechanic than normal ones. He doesn't just fight regularly. You had to pay him to get him, and you have to pay him again if you want him to fight for you. Like once you summon him, you gotta pay him to get him to act. And depending on how much you pay him, there's a percentage chance, and it's always a percentage, but I think the higher you pay him, the higher percentage of it. But he has a move, Zanmato, that can one-shot, I think, anything in the game. Even the final hardest super boss. Pretty sure he can one-shot it. But you're gonna have to pay him quite a bit. You might get lucky. I mean, if you pay him just, you know, like 100,000 or something, he might be able to use it. I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are that you gotta pay him, because I've never really used that. I'm just aware that it's a thing. Let's get my no encounters back on. So yeah, I like to save my money for different things like bribing, mostly. So that's not really a thing I ever I don't really use Yojimbo, but it is there for you if you want to. Now, what are we gonna do next?
Here we go!
I'm gonna go to the Thunder Plains. First of all, I'm gonna sell a bunch of my weapons and armor that I don't want anymore. Got 2 of those, so I can easily sell 1. Most of these aren't going to be worth much. Gotta keep the taming sword. Yeah, that one's worth quite a bit. I suppose for now I'll hold on to it because it's not like I really need the money yet. Stoneproof could be situational. I'll hold on to that. Yeah, that one's worth quite a bit. Yeah, I'll hold on to anything that's approved. I think. I'll hold on to that for now. I don't think I'll ever use it. Should have been doing more of this as I went, kinda, but didn't really want to waste the time on it. But now that we got to the point where I didn't have any more room left, need to thin it out. Okay, for now, that's enough of that, I think. I cleared out quite a bit of space. Actually, I'm gonna head to my spot a little closer before I work on. And what do we got here? Tired of being struck by lightning? Feeling burnt out? Then come on in for a rest at the Yogan Memorial Travel Agency. You'll feel refreshed in no time. Ether was for, I think, getting hit 30 times. And I think there's another one higher up for like 80 or 100 times getting hit where you get an elixir. But the rest of the rewards are going to be for dodging. And that's where you always need to go, is to that treasure chest. I would highly advise that you get the no encounters before you do this. And here's the spot where I need to do it. I was thinking it was closer to the save sphere, but I'm gonna go down to this save sphere anyway and save it before I do it. I don't know, maybe the travel agency was about just as far. But without encounters, it doesn't really matter as much. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm probably not going to give too much commentary, so sorry if it's going to be a little bit more boring. Usually what I would prefer to do for this is I just mute the game completely and just turn on some music in the background. I'll just keep the game music going for this though and do it normal. So you start at the tower here and you run towards that crater, and when you get to the crater, should be an automatic lightning strike, so you just gotta get ready to hit X at it. Okay, why didn't that work? Okay, there we go. Loop back. Okay, that should be 20. And of course, there's nothing to stop you from taking a little break and either hitting pause or just standing by the tower here. Because they just have to be consecutive without leaving the Thunder Plains, I believe. Doesn't really matter how quickly you do it. And I don't generally end up keeping track or don't trust my count, so I'll usually go for several extras just in case. And there are always, of course, times where you might hit 150 or so and then get hit. I'm gonna try not to have that happen here. Yeah, I think that should be up to number 40. So we're 20% done. Yeah, it's quite a slog. I think that's 60. Might be one or two short, but what I'll do probably is just do an extra set of 20 at the end. That should make up for any that I miscount. All right, let's go for another one. Yeah, that should be 80. Getting there. I hit that one too soon. Okay, that should be 100 or thereabouts at least. Maybe one or two short, but I think I've been counting pretty good. But then again, you wouldn't think you're wrong, right? All right, so half done. Just a brief pause. All right. Yeah, I think that's 120. Anything, I might have put an extra one in there. Kind of feel like, but either way. Getting closer. Fuck. Well, and that's what happens too. I think we were somewhere around 150. 140, somewhere between 130 and 150, right? Yeah, whatever. We'll go check our score. I'll at least get some of the prizes here, and I'll lick my wounds and come back next session and do it. I think that was the one for actually getting hit 80 times, so it must have been close to it. Okay, 5 in a row. We'll get you 2 X potions. 10 in a row for 2 mega potions. 20 in a row for 2 MP spheres. 50 in a row for 3 strength spheres. 100 in a row for 3 HP spheres. And that should be the last one I'm going to be able to get for now. Yeah. I think they have a book in here with stats telling you how you've done. All about lightning. Let's read it. Titus's record: 176 lightning bolts have struck towards Titus. He has successfully dodged 137 bolts total and 135 consecutive. Well, yeah, so we were still 65 away, so it was still a way to go. In commemoration of Titus's record, the committee plans to present a memento. I think by that they just meant the stuff that we could get outside. I wasn't actually trying to rest. I was going to talk to her and sell more of my useless weapons and armor, so I wouldn't have to come back and do that some other time. Of course, I could just do it off screen, but I don't know, kind of try to show as much as possible. Certainly keep the flexible arm, just in case we want to customize something. Generally, I'm more worried about customizing armors and weapons, though, because we can get our ultimate weapons, and those generally tend to hold up pretty well. Actually, I think that's it. I'd done most of it before, I guess. Alright, so we kind of ended a little bit with some disappointment and failure there, but we'll pick up next time and I'll go ahead and get it done. I promise. Or I think what I'll do at least is, if I don't have a successful run, I'll edit out and I'll just show the successful one. Probably won't give any commentary at all during it, but I hope that's still interesting enough to watch, just showing that I do it all in one run. But either way, thanks for watching. And if you've been enjoying the content so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow, and we'll catch you next time.